Hello everyone, I hope everyone is doing well today. We are on another Mo2 tutorial. We're gonna speak about extraction skill today. So this is pretty much the most complicated system to master and there's a lot of questions about it. So I'm gonna try to make it clear and pretty fast to understand. Let's jump on a few sites and shit so we can actually see what you're gonna need to learn it. So first of all, I'm on the model data site just to show you the skills and shit. We don't even need to pop in game to explain you or anything. I'm just gonna give you a few images and things like this into the video editing. So those are the skills. I'm gonna show you which one are required. First of all, we're gonna start with the tools. So you're gonna need the Mo2 emulator just to know how much catalyst you're gonna need. For example, the machines you can use and the catalyst you can use to get the most efficient amount of things. For example, for black, that's gonna be Notorious or Greater Notorious again, and rock oil, and it should give you 4.5k as written on the site. And then the Greater Notorious is even better, but you need more, and then you're gonna get 6k of black, for example. So this tool is very useful for butchering and also extracting. So the other side would be the guide about mining and all the materials you can get. So that's what we're gonna call here a tier 1 material. So that's gonna be the first extraction after the crusher or the grinder. The second tier extraction is gonna be the fucking furnace and blast furnace operation. And then the tier 3 will be the advanced extraction that you most of the time don't even need. First of all, you're gonna need skills, right? Or extraction appliance. It is a pretty fast book to read. But since it's the parent, the ore extraction appliance, I would recommend more going for communitors and then crusher operation. Grinder is not used for every material. It's actually pretty rare to use it. So I would really focus on crusher to don't waste time. So you rush up to the crusher operation book that you can read, and it should increase communitor and then ore extraction appliance at once. So you're gonna gain a lot of time. And after that, if you want to do it the other way, that can also be possible. So if you increase our extraction appliance first and then read the crusher operation book, since they are parented, the ore extraction appliance is gonna go over 70 because they are both parented. So you're gonna get XP in both skills. So it's up to you. You can apply this technique to several skills in this extraction thing. So if you start by reading the parent, getting it to 70, and then reading the child, you're gonna get the first parent to 100 without even having to extract and waste material. So it's up to you. That depends on how you want to do it, and how much materials you want to waste, I guess, and how much time you want to invest. But those are all the techniques that are available to you. So there's also the grinder, like I said, it's pretty rare, but it can be useful and it's not costing points, so I would recommend getting it at a certain point. Then that's it, actually. For first tier material, that's pretty much it for this ore extraction appliance. But second, you're gonna need the furnace and the thermal operation. So the thermal appliance is gonna make you able to use furnace and earth and clean and the Notorious too, I think. I think it's Notorious in here too. I would have to double check. But anyway, you really need thermal appliance and furnace at least to make tier 2 material. So tier 2 materials will be cuprum, pig iron, getting waterstone, electrum, and probably be a refiner to make steel too. Because yeah, you don't need advanced extraction to make tank steel, messing and things like this. It's only refining, and refining is available at medium extraction. So that's what we're gonna talk about now. Once we're done with the so once you're done with the first extraction tier about the ore extraction appliance, so that's gonna cost you 100 points, right? And then you have the other skills that are for using the crusher and also the furnace. So that's for pure extraction on this one. So the basic ore extraction, like I said, is gonna be for using the crusher and getting the tier 1 materials. So you get your Zabura, your Calx, or whatever basic stone, and you're gonna be able to extract it to tier 1. to get the blood ore and the amaranthum, etc. So that's what is required. And like I said earlier, the basic ore extraction is a pretty fast book, so you can read it while playing and thing. And then if you read the intermediate ore extraction, you're gonna have basic ore extraction to close to 100 without wasting any material. So I guess it's kind of worth it to don't spend too long on, I mean, don't waste too much materials, because they are pretty slow to level up without the book. So I guess on those ones, I would more recommend on reading books than going straight to extraction, because I did it. And yeah, if you put like 4 stacks, so 40,000 units into the crusher, you're not gonna get much. You're gonna get level maybe 30 something. And in 3 hours, you will be level 70 by reading books, depending on your intelligence and reading skill. So don't forget to take that in consideration. The numbers might not be accurate for reading and things, because it depends on your intel and your reading skills. So anyway, basic ore is for crusher and getting all the maximum yield of your extracted item. Make sure you go to the material lore and you got petrology up too. We're gonna speak about it after that. Don't worry, we're gonna keep it on intermediate ore extraction too. So this is for, like I said, the furnace and the refining. So you need it to 102. So that's 300 with the ore extraction appliance maxed out. You really need it to 300 and really 100 to get the maximum yield, because it's an extraction skill, it's not a crafting skill. Only crafting can be up to 70 and have max stats, except durability. Anyway, that's another tutorial. So yep, that's it. Those 2 to 100. Easy so far. That's where it gets pretty tricky. You need material lore. And with material lore, to extract with mining and to use the crusher properly with the basic ore extraction you just learned, you're gonna need petrology. Petrology is all the skills related to stone knowledge. So this one is gonna require a lot of things to learn. For example, sedimentary rock, he's having flakestone, zabura, and calx and coal. So let's say you want to get calx, right? So that's a basic material. So you want to get calx. It's only growing around clear water and jungle area, by the way. So, calx lore. You're gonna learn it by mining and putting it to the crusher after that. But you're not gonna get max yield, because you're not gonna know enough things about the calx, how to master it. So you're gonna need it to 102 to get max yield. Same with the coal that you're gonna extract by putting the calx to the crusher, for example. And same for the flagstone. So you need to be maxed out in the material you gather, and you need to be maxed out in all the sub-level tier 1 materials you're supposed to get. So let's take a look. You extract your calx by mining, obviously. And you're supposed to get calx powder, coal, calcspar, and malachite, right? There's not even flagstone though. Why is there no flagstone? Yeah, I'm mistaken on this one, I think. I think it's not giving flake. Anyway. So you're gonna get malachite, calcspar, coal, and calx powder. So you're gonna need all lores maxed out too. Pretty easy. So you need malachite to 100, calcspar to 100, coal to 100. And then, once you're maxed out with all of those, you can put it to the furnace. So you're gonna need coal with coal. You can look into the emulator once again to make coke, to be able to extract cuprum properly at the furnace on the second tier of materials. So for the second tier, you're gonna need the furnace operation, the thermal operation, the ore extraction appliance, the medium extraction level right after the basic extraction. And then you're gonna need the cuprum lore, the shaglings lore, the malachite lore, electrum, and all the tier that you can get here. And also coke if you want to get the maximum yield once again. So, like I said, there's a lot of things to learn, a lot of material lores to learn to be able to master refining, but that should be okay. It's only about reading books and practicing, so sadly, you're gonna have to waste materials. And when it comes to steel and things like this, that's boring to waste it, right? But yeah, there's no choice. You gotta learn the wrong way sadly, because there is no, at this point at least, there's no way to level it to 100 without wasting materials. There's no tutor or no nothing that can give you the last mats. So, yep, gonna have to waste some. But now we're gonna talk about refining. So you're gonna need the refining oven. I don't even think you can put it in strongholds yet. I never saw one at least. So you're gonna have to go to main towns to make some, and probably red towns too. So for this, you're gonna require the same intermediate ore extraction. That's why I was saying earlier, to be a refiner, you don't even need advanced ore extraction. So, that's, yeah, still intermediate ore extraction, and then you go back to your ore appliance things, and you're still gonna need thermal appliance. That should be level up, since you got furnace operation running. And with this, you're gonna be able to read refining expertise. So you're gonna need refining up to 102. It's a secondary skill, so not costing anything more. So basically, if you're making cuprum or making cuprum bars and things like this, you can be a refiner too. As simple as that. You can be a refiner too. It's not gonna cost you more things. Because there's also one thing we didn't spoke about, and I wanted to wait for refining for this, so you understand it. So when you refine, you're making metal, right? Also, when you use the furnace for tier 2 material, you're making cuprum, so you're making metal too, huh? So that's where you're gonna have to go back to your material lore. And then you got the metallurgy that you're gonna have to level up, but this one costs you 100 points. So you're gonna have to get it to 100, and then you should be able to get all the metal lores to be able to get the maximum yield of tier 2 material and the maximal yield of refined metal. By the way, if you refine, you're always gonna get 70% of the main material you put in. So let's say you want to make messing. I think it's like, I don't even remember the receipt. So basically you're taking cuprum and 2 other catalysts, right? So you're gonna need like 2000 cuprum, then 1000 of each catalyst required, and then you're gonna get 70% of your cuprum as your messing, so your refined material. Messing is another metal. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's a pretty helpful thing to know. You also can see it here. If you go down to this page, that's gonna be in the description. You can see all the iron-based alloy, so that's always telling you the same thing. You see grain steel, coal, Zabura powder. Ratio is 2:1:1. And then you're gonna get 70% of it. It's not written though that you're gonna get 70. It's probably written somewhere. But yeah, now you got the info. So that's where it comes tricky, because you need metallurgy on top of that. Both using the furnace and refining. So you really need it. Like I said, for basic metals, you can also learn advanced metals, since it's a secondary, and things like ichor, lupium, J-metal, arconite, but I think you're gonna need advanced extraction if you go for those, and then you can have the master alloy that's gonna make you able to learn those. Anyway, those are really high-end material. We're gonna try to keep it simple, because once you've understand the principle, you can pretty much be an extractor of any metal as long as you got the lores and shit ready. So for the basic metals, you're gonna have the cuprum, the black, and the pig iron that you're gonna get from extracting with the furnace. So those are pretty easy to learn with the books or just extracting. I would still recommend the books, kinda, because you're gonna waste so much material by learning while extracting and shit. So you're gonna need the cuprum maxed out to get the max of cuprum extracted with the tier 2 materials on the furnace, right? So now you mastered cuprum. Let's say you want to turn your cuprum into messing by refining. First, you put your refining skill as high as possible. And then you're gonna need the cuprum-based alloy maxed out. And then you're gonna need the messing lore maxed out. And this way, you're gonna get maximum yield of your extracted item. And that's the same principle for every material. So let's say you want to make steel. So you're gonna need iron-based alloy maxed out. You're gonna need grain steel lore maxed out, because you're gonna probably make grain steel at a certain point with it. And you're gonna need steel lore maxed out. And as simple as that. I don't think at this point you need to be maxed out with your catalyst knowledge. No, you don't need to be maxed out with your catalyst knowledge. So catalyst does not really matter in this point, because for example, you're using calamine, and calamine is asking for alchemy dissolvent or whatever. I can see here actually. I think it's alchemy mineralogy to learn calamine. And I never had this to be an extractor, to be a refiner at least. So don't bother too much about catalyst. But you need to really pay attention to metallurgy and every metal you want to use as a base, and then the metal you want to get as a result of refining. Have a great one, people. Hope you enjoyed this video, and see you in another.